Hey everybody, my name's Caleb. I'm from the Southern Fried Geekery podcast. For those of you who might not know what that is, Southern Fried Geekery is a weekly podcast. We talk about all things kind of nerd culture, comics, games, movies, what have you, anything and everything, news. Every Sunday we drop a new episode and it's a lot of fun. If you haven't subscribed to it, you should. We also are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those really, really fun things. So, what am I doing here? Well, first of all, I'm having a drink. So, because it's been a day, so I have a nice little adult beverage, and I'm enjoying it. It's quite nice. It's a little mix of kind of a whiskey sour, little homebrew. So, but I was having a conversation with Matt from Kapow Comics today. He's the owner and proprietor of the store over in Sherwood, Arkansas, and he was telling me how tough it is when new number one books come in and people haven't pre-ordered it and he doesn't order enough of it because he doesn't know if it's going to sell. Then people want it. They can't get it because it's sold out, because that's how pre-ordering works. So we were talking and I was like, well, do people not come up here and look at previews? And he was like, surprisingly not. Not as much as you would think. So what are previews, you might be asking? Or you might not. You might already know. And if you are, hang around because it's going to be fun. Anyway, so previews. This is previews. Catalog comes out every month and it tells you what's coming out 3 months in advance. It's how you kind of keep up with the industry and you can get stuff pre-ordered. So you don't get to your local comic shop on a Wednesday and they're like, oh, nope, we don't have this book, we didn't order it, and we can't get it. Sorry, nah, womp, womp, womp. Nah, you're smart. Look at previews. So you're ordering ahead. Because it's awesome. It's awesome to get what you want. So I thought, why not get on here and share with the people who listen to our podcast, and also maybe some other folks, what I'm going to be ordering out of the previews catalog. Bum, 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 bum. So first off, just on the cover, Conan, number one, Mahmoud Asrar. He's good. You've seen him before. He's really good, but Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar is even better. It's a dream team. You kidding? Jason Aaron writing Conan, it's immediate sell. Immediate. You're going to want this book. So I thought we would start by going through this, and then we'll go through some DC books, and then some Marvel books, and we'll kind of look at what we're ordering. Maybe you see something you like. Maybe you see something that you're like, oh crap, I've got to have this. Call up to your local comic shop. Maybe it's Kapow, and say, hey, saw this on this Southern Fried Geekery podcast, and I need you to order it for me. It's in the previews catalog. And they'll get it for you. The stuff that we're going to talk about comes out in January. Yeah, it's solicited for January. So about 3 months out. You got lots of time to look forward to it, but they have to order it in advance so they know how many to print, how many copies get sent out, and that way you guys don't miss it, because that sucks. You don't want to miss it. So starting off, tell you a secret. Because this thing is so clunky, it's heavy, and I'm lazy, and a little beveraged up, I cut the pages out. Makes it easy. So, look, first thing we're going to talk about, Prodigy. Mark Millar, Raphael Albuquerque. It's Mark Millar, guys. You know him. Either you love him or you hate him. I don't really know if there's any in between, but it's going to be worth picking out, especially because Mark Millar has signed that deal with Netflix, and basically everything he owns is being farmed to them. So, guys, look, if you're that person who is hoping for that comic book that's worth Walking Dead money someday, it's a smart bet. Everything's signed on the Netflix. You never know what the big hit's going to be. Plus, if you're just wanting a great comic or something that looks visually stunning, Raphael Albuquerque's the guy. He's the guy you want. So, what else do we have? Street Angel. So this is a little bit pricey, okay? Just bear with me. This is shelf porn, guys. This is something that's going to look great on one of those, or on a bookshelf, or whatever. Jim Rugg and Brian Maruka's Street Fighting series. It's dope. So this is 40 pages each. They're 5 books at 40 pages each, and they're giving it to you for $89.99. That's awesome. Why wouldn't you want this? If you haven't read it, it's really good. Street Angel's dope. Jim Rugg, it's that good. Some grade A stuff. Really good stuff. Alright, so next. This little bottom book right here. Unnatural. Number 5 of 12 is coming out. Sean loves this series. If you listen to the show, you've heard him talk about it. It's really good. It's coming out slowly but surely. If you haven't read it, you should jump on it. This is number 5 of 12. It's done by Mirka Andolfo. Art, writing, everything done by her. 32 pages, $3.99. It's worth it. It's a fun story. You should check it out. Where's my Hellboy fans at? Way back in the back? That's fine. This is for you guys. Winter Special. Hellboy. Looks like it's going to be 32 pages, $3.99. It's a one-shot. Mike Mignola, obviously. You can't have it be Hellboy if it's not Mike Mignola. But Fabio Moon, who has done a lot of stuff with him, and Gabriel Ba. Check it out. It's worth it, man. It's a winter special. You know it's going to be fun. It's a one-shot. They're putting some love into it. Next up, this book, I'm predicting is going to be a hot book. I don't know. It looks amazing. It sold me on it. It's LaGuardia by Ndidi Okafor. It's hard to pronounce. I apologize for messing up, but the art's done by Tana Ford and James Devlin. She's a Hugo Award winner and a Nebula Award winner. This looks amazing, at least by the cover. It's set in an alternative world where aliens have come to Earth and integrated with society. It revolves around a pregnant Nigerian-American doctor. It's everything you want, man. It's sci-fi. It's thriller. It's 32 pages, $4.99. Coming to you straight from Burger Books, which is a Dark Horse imprint. So it's going to be worth looking up. I'm really excited about this. I'm sure I will talk about it on the podcast someday soon. Sticking with the Dark Horse goodness. War Bears. Margaret Atwood, Ken Stacy. This is the hardcover, $19.99, 104 pages. Margaret Atwood. If you have seen The Handmaid's Tale, she wrote that. If you read Angel Catbird, she wrote that as well. It's her first kind of graphic novel. It's good. Highly recommend it. It's a trade, but it's $20. So kind of average price, especially for those, for the Dark Horse books, for most books. For that price is not bad. Alright, I'm going to do something here that's unexpected. If you've listened to the show, you know I'm not the manga anime guy. But that's okay. Jerry and Sean usually take care of most of that. But I know they dig this series a whole lot. It's Gantz G. It is I think the third trade volume. Looks like 224 pages, $13.99. Black and white manga. That's not a bad price. And I've seen some of the art. It's good. It's not me. And that's fair. It's not for me, and that's fine. But if you're a fan of manga, you should check that out because it's apparently the hotness, according to those guys. All right. Folks with kids, listen up because I'm talking to you right now. All right, ready? Get your kids reading comics. It shouldn't have to be a hard sell because you love them, your kids love them. Sometimes it's hard to find books for kids. The medium and the industry isn't really geared towards the youngsters anymore, even though it needs to be because getting the next generation inside bookshops to buy stuff, smart business. So I got 2 books for you, and they're done by IDW, even though they're Marvel characters. IDW kind of handles Marvel's all ages stuff. They've been doing it with the Star Wars books for a while. It's really, really quality stuff. I know Craig has been reading a lot of those all ages Star Wars books. And when they're for all ages, that doesn't just mean for kids. They're for all ages. You're going to enjoy them as an adult too. So first up is Spider-Man number 2. And this looks like, if you've read Ultimate Spider-Man, it's some of that. So you've got a lot of those characters, Peter Parker, Miles Morales, looks like Spider-Gwen. This is written by Delilah Dawson and Fico Ossio. I don't know either one of those creators, so I can't speak to whether or not it's going to be good, but I don't think that Marvel and IDW would put them on their stuff if it wasn't quality. So next up in the kid-friendly stuff, same thing, IDW, Marvel, The Avengers. This is my team. If you've watched a lot of the Disney Network stuff, same type of animated style. This is Matthew Manning and John Somnavaria. 32 pages, $3.99. Kids are going to love it. If they've loved the movies, if they've liked what's been going on Disney Channel, stuff like Hulk, Agents of Smash, all that kind of stuff, they're going to dig that. And heck, you might too, man. I'm going to pause for the calls. Cheers. It's tasty. It's really tasty. All right. Let's move on. I think we're still on IDW. Yeah, so Transformers. Know a lot of you guys and gals love some Transformers. This is Transformers Historia. It's Chris McFeely, done by various artists. Years 2005. Decepticons are doing their thing. 48 pages, $6. Little bit pricey, but it looks like an anthology book. So, if you're into the Transformers, check this out. So, sticking with that theme, you guys have seen the trailer. That was amazing. Got folks like me who have been turned off of the Transformers films for a long time, really, really giddy, really, really excited. Got a little Bumblebee action happening here. Yay, Bumblebee. Whoop, whoop. And this is an all-ages story, it looks like, too. James Asmus, Marcelo Ferraria, and Nicoletta Baldari. 32 pages, $3.99. It's a one-shot adventure. It's tying into the Bumblebee Win If You Dare original graphic novel, which is also for sale. Too much of that. It's Bumblebee for your kids. Get them reading them books, y'all. Not for your kids. Vampirella versus the Reanimator. Not for your children, but for you. It's Cullen Bunn. That's an easy sell. I love Cullen Bunn. He's written everything. Just finished up his X-Men Blue arc. Harrow County was one of my favorite books ever. This dude could write his order on a napkin, and I would probably read it. Looks like 32 pages, $3.99. Done by Blackie Shepherd, who I'm not familiar with, but I'm going to give it a shot because why wouldn't I? And why wouldn't you? Hey, easy sell. Easy sell. All right. I got some other stuff for you. Now, this is not a number one. This is already a series that's kind of already kicked off. Maybe it's not too late to get your order in for those number ones or number twos or to find the number ones. Mars Attacks. So IDW, or this is actually Dynamite that we've moved on to now. They have a lot of licensed products. Stuff, like I said earlier, the stuff that Cullen Bunn's doing, Vampirella stuff. They've got Mars Attacks. They've got a bunch of stuff. They do some Kiss comics. But why is this special? Well, because right there, Chris Starks and Chris Schweitzer. Now, you might know Chris Starks from the Rick and Morty comics, which, not my cup of. Maybe it's yours. That's awesome. But he did another a book a while back that I just absolutely fell head over heels with. It's kind of a hobo adventure, and it's stunning. They've been awarded, at least nominated for Eisner Eisner Awards. Come on. Quality stuff. All right. Bear with me. Some of you are going to kind of lean back and not so sure. Rainbow Bright. It's number 3. I shamelessly love Rainbow Bright. It's Jeremy Whitley writing it. It's Paulina Gancio drawing it. 32 pages, $3.99. It's an all-ages book. It's childhood nostalgia. It's the really bright colors, really fun stories, great for kids all ages. I know some of you are thinking, but you're a dude, and this is not. This is for anybody. It can be for your boys, for your girls. It can be for you if you are a boy or a girl. Don't knock it till you try it. It's kind of fun, and at least the subject matter is. Right above that is another series that I'm really enjoying, Project Superpowers. This was a series kind of kicked off by Warren Ellis a while back, like in the 90s. Really, really great stuff. Right now it's being written by Rob Williams, and it's being drawn by Sergio Davila. Kick butt team. Really, really good team. Robinson has written a ton of stuff for everybody. Sergio Davila, fantastic artist. I've got the first couple issues of that, and it's just gorgeous. The story is really fun, so it's kind of a revamping of this whole thing that was Project Superpowers, and it's great. It's good stuff. What if I told you there was some goodness coming from Grant Morrison? Because there is. Klaus and the Crying Snowman, number 1. It's a Christmas special, because this book comes out in January. Ish. It's a winter special. Maybe Christmas special is the wrong one. So Grant Morrison has done a lot of these Klaus books, which is kind of a retelling of the origin of Santa Claus. It's real illustrated by Dan Mora. It's 48 pages. It actually comes out December 19th, so it's going to get right under that Christmas wire. $7.99. A little pricey, but 48 pages. It's Boom Studios. Yeah, it's a fun book. I mean, who doesn't like Santa Claus with a battle axe and Viking rage and murder lust? On the back, Firefly goodness. Joss Whedon verse. If you like Firefly, you might check it out. I don't know. I'm probably not going to pick it up. That's okay. But you might. Series I really love. Giant Days. Volume 9 is coming out. Written by John Allison, illustrated by Max Sarin. $14.99, 112 pages. Comes out in February, a little bit later. This is a really cool series. If you haven't been checking it out, lots of fun. Kind of this college age story about this trio of friends and all of their shenanigans. It's great stuff. I've been reading it online, which don't tell people at the comic shop that because they'll give me grief about it. We're going to move into Aftershock. So if you're not checking out Aftershock, you're missing some quality stuff. It's good. It's real good. Craig is in love with almost everything they do, and I like a whole lot of it. So this is not a new number 1. It's Baby Teeth by Donny Cates and Gary Brown. Donny Cates is the hotness over at Marvel right now, but he's not just doing his best work at Marvel. He's doing some really good stuff here. Baby Teeth it's horror, really creepy, kind of a little Lovecraftian, like 10% Lovecraftian, kind of a invasion of Earth situation. I think you'll like it. That's the first. Let's see, is it the first 12 issues? First 10 issues, excuse me. It's called Born and Raised. It's $40, a little on the pricey side, but $40 for 10 issues. It's $4 an issue. That's about standard price. Plus, you're going to get all the back matter that are in these trade paperbacks, and it's a hardcover. It's going to look great on your shelf. You should definitely check it out. I'm going to. All right. I'm a 90s kid. Proud of it. Old school millennial. I guess I'm the old school part of millennials now. Tank Girl. Tank Girl is amazing, and I still love Tank Girl. So this is a 4-part series called Action Alley. It's going to come out. It's from Titan Comics, written by Alan Martin and drawn by Brett Parsons. $3.99 for 32 pages. It's Tank Girl. It's freaking Tank Girl. I shouldn't have to say anything but that. It's going to be this post-apocalyptic story. It's going to be a sassy, buzzed-haired, machete, bomb-wielding, take no prisoners chick, and I love it. So a publisher that we don't give a lot of love to on the show is Valiant Comics. Been around forever. Some great characters, Bloodshot, Manowar, some really, really fun stuff, but I just haven't read a lot of them. And I would like to. I need to. I hear a lot of people give them a lot of praise. So I'm going to check this out. It's Livewire number 1. Written by Vita Ayala, art by Raul Allen and Patricia Martin. 32 pages, $3.99. Accomplice, mentor, savior, and now enemy of the state. Seeking to protect the vulnerable, superpowered psyops like herself, Livewire plunged into the U.S. into a nationwide blackout with her technopathic abilities, causing all kinds of chaos. I'll check that out. A little bit of an X-Men feel. Think of it that way. But just done from Valiant. All right. I'm going to take a drink, and we're going to get into DC. DC has got a lot of stuff coming out, and some stuff that I'm super, super excited about. And they got me right off the bat in their catalog with this, The Batman Who Laughs. If you read the Metal series, you've seen The Batman Who Laughs comes out. Great character, this Elseworlds take on Batman, written by Scott Snyder. And here's the part that got me locked in because I wasn't going to buy this. I'm not a Scott Snyder mark. Just because he writes it doesn't mean I have to have it. I know a lot of people are. Again, personal thing. He writes some really good books, just not all of it is my cup of tea. But this is drawn by Jock. If you've been in the Batman world or even the OA world, you know who Jock is, and there's no reason not to love it. Next up, and a book I'm really excited about, is Martian Manhunter #1, written by my boy Steve Orlando and drawn by my boy Riley Rossmo. Great team. I love Riley Rossmo. Got a piece of his art hanging right up there that you can't see from where you're at, but it's great. Aquaman #43. Why? Because Kelly... Nope, that's not Aquaman. I lied to you. I'm sorry. This is Detective Comics 944. Why? Because Peter J. Tomasi and Doug Mahnke are coming on it to take no prisoners. Peter J. Tomasi got me with Super Sons. I fell in love with it, and I highly recommend it because it's just going to get better and better and better. All right, this is what I was going to tell you. What I was going to show you. Aquaman #43. Because Kelly Sue DeConnick, that's why. Kelly Sue is following her buddy Brian Bendis over, and I'm a big Kelly Sue fan. I like a lot of the stuff she's written. Everything she did at Marvel with Captain Marvel, which they're using a lot of that in this new movie that's coming out. Everything they're doing at the Bitch Planet book. Okay story, not the best. Had some really good back matter though. Alan Moore fans. Swamp Thing, absolute Swamp Thing. This collects a ton of stuff. It's all written by Alan Moore, but it's got art by Stephen Bissett, John Totleben, Sean McManus, Dan Day, Rick Deitch, Alfredo Akala, and others. It is $100 whopping, but it's 432 pages. That's a thick book. That's a lot of pages. I mean, that's a lot of pages, and it's gonna, again, you're gonna look on your shelf. If you're a fan of what Alan Moore has done, and if you're a fan of Swamp Thing, there's no reason you shouldn't buy that. Last from DC, Miracle Man. This thing is winning so many awards, it's not even funny. Tom King is crushing the industry with it. Same guy who's writing Batman right now, if you're reading Batman, did the Vision series from a while back. Tom King and Mitch Gerads are blowing up. Eisner's, Hugo's, everything. If they're in it, they're winning it. It's like, buy this. You want it. It's good. It's Mr. Miracle, obviously, fourth world stuff. Scott Free. 320 pages, $25. You want it. Trust me, I'm your friendly neighborhood nerd. You want it. Alright. Marvel goodness. So, this, I'm just using this whole thing because I didn't want to rip it up. I'm a Marvel mark. Shamelessly a Marvel mark. Got the hat on. So first up, they're giving you Fantastic Four #5, which is the wedding issue. Ben and Alicia are, after many, many years, finally tying the knot. Enter at your own risk. I think it's going to be worth having. Hopefully they're not going to burn us. You know, we've been burned twice on wedding issues in the past year. One with Batman and one with the Kitty Pryde X-Men stuff. I'm hoping they actually give us a real wedding in this one. That would be awesome if they did. Haven't been enjoying the new Fantastic Four book as much as I would like to, but, you know, check it out. I'm going to dip back in specifically for this issue. Alright, but one thing I am super excited about, X-Force #1. Okay, so you remember the team started with Rob Liefeld a long time ago, but now they're back, and this is by Ed Brisson and Dylan Burnett with covers by Pepe Larraz. Pepe Larraz is the guy who did a lot of the Avengers No Surrender stuff. He's that dude at Marvel right now. That artist. He's smoking. It's amazing. He's doing the X-Men Extermination book right now, and it's hot. It's so good. I'm jealous of my buddy over at 11 O'Clock Comics, Mr. Jason Wood, because he has locked down getting some Pepe artwork for New York Comic Con. Alright. Killmonger #1. Just watched the movie. Killmonger's on everybody's thoughts and minds. The movie's on Netflix now. I think they might have waited a little bit too long for the hype to die down for this book, but I'm going to check it out. I'm not mad at it. It's Brian Hill and Juan Ferreira. Juan Ferreira is an amazing artist. I'm not as familiar with Brian Hill's work, so at least I don't know if I am. I might have read some stuff from him before, but it's going to be worth looking out. Winter Soldier #1's coming out. Kyle Higgins is writing that and Rod Reese. But here's what I'm really excited about the most from the Marvel stuff. We're getting the Defenders, and they're going to come out in 4 one-shots. And I'm super excited. If you know me, I've got Namor hanging out right over my shoulder. The Hulk is my dude. Those are my favorite characters in comics. So you're getting the Immortal Hulk #1, written by Al Ewing and drawn by Simone Diameo. Namor Defenders #1 is Chip Zdarsky, who is writing some great stuff right now, and Carlos Magno. Then you're getting the other two Defenders, Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange. Said Mr. Strange. Forgive me. Doctor Strange is Jerry Duggan, who is Jerry Duggan. He's hit or miss for me, but I'm picking it up. The reason I'm picking this up, though, is Greg Smallwood, who an outstanding artist. Across the page, there's only one name you need to know, Jason Latour, because he's doing both things. He's writing, he's drawing. He's Jason Latour. And last but not least, you're getting a little one-shot by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett, current team of the Immortal Hulk right now, and it's The Defenders, The Best Defense. I encourage you to check all of those out. If you're like me, you might not be super hot on this latest Spider-Man book that came out and renumbered, but I think Marvel is giving you a chance to get on a Spider-Man book that it's going to be worth it in the long run. Miles Morales Spider-Man. I love this character. And it's being written by Saladin Ahmed, being drawn by Javier Garrón. Both of those people are really good comics writers. Black Bolt by Saladin was the hotness. I want to check it out. I'm not historically a Spider-Man fan, but definitely want to see what he's got Miles up to. So when these books come out, we're going to be right in the middle of this Uncanny X-Men relaunch. I think number 4 will happen about the same time. Check that stuff out. Also, Marvel Knights. Well, I'm wrapping up my time. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. If you liked anything, if you think you're going to like anything you saw, call your local comic shop. Go to them. Tell them, hey, there was this book in previews, and I really, really want it. And that way they can get it ordered for you. That way you don't miss out on your stuff. That way you can listen to my podcast that I do with some of my best friends that I co-host with them. And you can be current, and we can talk about stuff, and we can have a great time. That's all I've got for right now. You guys go forth and love some comics, and we will see you guys around. Specifically at Comic Conway, if you're going to be at Comic Conway. We are going to be there November 2nd through the 4th. We're going to have these awesome shirts that you can get one for the low, low price of $15, or even lower if you listen to our podcast and you know the code word, which I think we're going to announce the code word this week. So check into us, listen up, come hang out with us on social media, and stay up with the books. That way your local comic shop can get them for you. Go forth, love some comics.